Good morning. Welcome to the School of Public Health's 2021 graduation celebration. I'm Victoria Gardner, Assistant Dean of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. Thanks to all the faculty, staff, students, and alumni whose efforts have made this wonderful virtual celebration possible. Families and friends of our graduates, I'm especially pleased that you are joining us today to mark this exciting occasion and to celebrate our graduates. We gratefully acknowledge your encouragement and support of our students during their time with us. You are irreplaceable. Congratulations to all our graduates. We are so proud of your accomplishments and look forward to the work you are about to do for and alongside our communities. Before I turn it over to our Dean, Hillary Godwin, we want to start today's special event by centering ourselves in a land and labor acknowledgement. It is vitally important for us to know the long-standing history of where we are and what has shaped the context of the land we inhabit. The University of Washington School of Public Health acknowledges the Coast Salish people of this land, the land which touches the shared waters of all tribes and lands within the Duwamish, Suquamish, Tulalip, and Muckleshoot nations, land that was stolen by European colonizers, land that was stolen from the Duwamish who are still here and continuing to honor and bring light to their ancestral heritage. This country was built on stolen land with the exploited labor of enslaved African peoples, as well as the exploited labors of Asian and Latinx peoples. These acts of colonialism, white supremacy, and anti-Blackness are the history of this country, as well as our ongoing and current reality. We want to honor and recognize the lives, knowledge, and labor of Black and Native peoples in the past, present, and future. There is an immense need for action within the School of Public Health and all other systems that is centered on liberation for Black and Indigenous peoples. This requires understanding the context of where we are, our positionality within those systems, and a commitment to justice-based action. Wherever you are tuning in from, I hope that you will join us in honoring with gratitude and respect the Indigenous and Black and Brown people who are the original keepers and caretakers of these lands. As members of the public health community, we commit to being better stewards of the land we inhabit and partnering with Black and Indigenous communities and other communities of color to improve the health of all people.
Hello and welcome. Today, we're celebrating the graduation of 800 students, 46 with doctorates, 308 with master's degrees, and 446 with bachelor's degrees. This is the largest class of graduates the School of Public Health has ever had, and it also includes our first cohort of the Master of Science capstone program in biostatistics, an innovative new 18-month program. We know that some of these graduates are overseas, and some are already at work in their new careers. During this past year, we have all experienced tremendous uncertainty and upheaval, and many have suffered tragic personal loss. I commend all of you who have demonstrated incredible resilience and a drive to keep learning despite the many obstacles you have faced. The trials we have encountered are not limited to those related to the COVID-19 pandemic. Over the last year, we've witnessed extreme acts of violence and hate, much of it targeted against communities of color. The work involved in rooting out racism is core to our values at the UW School of Public Health and central to our work as public health professionals to promote good health for all. Despite the many challenges, you, our graduates, have brought us hope for a better tomorrow. Thank you so much for your undaunted commitment to creating a better future, especially for the world's most vulnerable. This year is extra special because we've reached a significant milestone in our school's history. We are celebrating our 50th anniversary. As I reflect on the past 15 months, I've come to realize that we've been preparing for times like these for the last 50 years. Today's graduates join the more than 10,000 alumni who will carry the public health torch well into the 21st century, here in our community and globally. They'll be controlling infectious diseases, fighting heart disease and cancer, eliminating disparities in health, leading and improving healthcare systems, educating the public, and crafting and implementing public policies that promote the greater good. You are visionaries, pragmatists, change agents, scientists, and heroes. Graduates, you are our inspiration. But remarkable graduates don't just form themselves. It takes a village. I extend a physically distant high five to the friends and families of the graduates, whose love and support were essential to the graduates arriving on this day. During our 50th anniversary, we recognized 50 of our distinguished alumni as changemakers in public health. Today, 3 of these changemakers, Emma Spickard, Helen Chu, and Jeffrey Leake, will help us celebrate this graduating class, and I'm looking forward to hearing from each of them. A big shout out to all of those who are watching and celebrating a graduate today. And congratulations, graduates. Hooray!
Hello, I'm Carrie Farquhar, Vice Dean for Education. It is my pleasure to recognize our outstanding students for the 2020-21 academic year. Every academic year, the Environmental Health, Food Systems, Nutrition and Health, Health Informatics and Health Information Management, and Public Health Global Health majors each select an outstanding undergraduate student to honor for exemplary scholarship and dedication to the practice of public health. Outstanding students at both the master's and doctoral level are also selected by our departments and interdisciplinary programs, and it is from this pool that the recipients of the Gilbert S. Omen Awards for Academic Excellence are determined. These prestigious school-wide honors are awarded to 1 master's student and 1 doctoral student for outstanding scholarship and demonstrated commitment to the field of public health. Additionally, students at the School of Public Health identify 1 outstanding teaching assistant and 1 student who demonstrates exemplary community service. This year's award recipients are acknowledged on the graduation program and will be recognized now in alphabetical order. Magali Blanco, Andrew Bosick, Molly Codding, Renee Kodsi, Veronica DeVay, Jakar Dela Cruz, Kush Doshi, Elizabeth Arungu, Jane Muthoni Karumba, Lucy Sabin, TNA Lee, Kendrick Kedron Lee, Saidi Tukri Mohammed, Sarah Philo, Evelyn Faye Tagana Romano, Claire Rothschild, Lauren Sawyer, Veronica Vidari, Sarah Yarborough, Wenbo Zhang. I'd also like to acknowledge that this year, 15 students from the School of Public Health were named to the UW's Husky 100, a special recognition of students who showcased how they have made the most of their experience at the UW and in service to our communities. Among our school's Husky 100 winners are the following graduates in alphabetical order: Renee Kodsi, Kush Doshi, Maria Ibrahimi, Sumaya Mohammed, Juan Osorio Valencia, Evelyn Faye Tagana Romano, Beatrice Wamuti. While we are so proud of these students, we want to take a moment to recognize that so many others, including this year's graduates, have made important and tangible contributions to address the multiple crises in our world today. Many have stepped up as volunteers to help with COVID-19 vaccination efforts on campus and in their communities, worked as contact tracers, and provided free childcare support for frontline healthcare workers. Student leaders organized a mutual aid program to assist peers across the UW who needed financial assistance. Other students spearheaded efforts to support essential workers on UW campus and beyond. Still others assisted with important research to help us understand COVID-19 and prepare for future pandemics. Importantly, our students led the rallying call that ultimately inspired us to create and implement anti-racism training for students, staff, and faculty in our school. Now, these are just a few examples of how our students have contributed throughout the year. Their overall impact is truly immeasurable. Students, we are in awe of you. To make this year's graduation celebration special, we've invited multiple SPH community members to help us recognize our bachelor's, master's, and doctoral graduates. Before we celebrate each group of graduates, we'll hear from a few SPH leaders, our outstanding undergraduate and Omen Award winners, and some special guests. As Hillary mentioned, we are honored to have Emma Spickard, Helen Chu, and Jeffrey Leake, three of our school's distinguished alumni and members of the 50 Changemakers of Public Health, as part of this graduation celebration. Then we will recognize our graduates by degree type, starting with bachelor's, then master's, and finally doctorates. We'll call out students in alphabetical order. Let's get started.
Hi, I'm Barbara Vaquero, an associate professor in the Department of Health Services and the interim director of the Public Health and Global Health major. In health services, we study health policies and systems, health promotion interventions, and public health practices to prevent and control disease and health disparities. The work that we do in health services is critical to inform policy, practices, and programs, and to advance health promotion and health equity across the population. On behalf of the Public Health and Global Health major, our faculty, our advisors, staff, and our community partners, congratulations for graduation today. We're so very proud of you. We also want to congratulate your parents, your family, and friends who work with you and support you throughout this journey. I want to take a moment to speak to our Public Health, Global Health students. We know you're engaged, that you thrive, and you overcame challenges to get here today. Be proud and excited about that. We also know that this year has brought challenges for all of us. And for some of you, today may be a bittersweet of a moment. And that's okay. But it's also okay to be proud and excited for what you have accomplished. I leave you with one lesson. Your time here at the School of Public Health, your degree and your education will become your superpowers. I promise. You will use it to help your community, your family, and the world. I'm excited today because I know, and full of hope because I know that you will be out there advocating and working for the health of all of us. Congratulations. Felicidades, class of 2021.
Greetings, graduates. My name is Michael Yost, and I'm a professor and the chair of the Department of Environmental and Occupational Health Sciences at the University of Washington. The Department of Environmental and Occupational Health Sciences works to create healthy, safe, and sustainable communities and to offer outstanding education for students and working professionals. We help to discover how the environment affects people's health and well-being by conducting research, education, and interventions to prevent and reduce occupational and environmental injury and illness. We engage with communities, workers, and employers to form partnerships that promote healthy communities and workplaces locally, across Washington State, nationally, and globally. We believe that clean air, clean water, safe food, safe workplaces contribute to sustainable communities that are fundamental to improving population health. And on behalf of the faculty and staff from the Department of Environmental and Occupational Health Sciences, I wish to offer my congratulations to our graduating class. Congratulations, you did it. Well done. And we're also proud of you for accomplishing this graduation milestone during an extraordinary time. Our work has never been more relevant or important, and yet we must also acknowledge the anxiety and uncertainty of what lies ahead. We all have more questions than answers about what the future holds and how a post-pandemic world will impact our lives. We continue to seek out evidence-based solutions that promote health, equity, and justice in a world that confronts old and emerging challenges brought on by disease, social change, and environmental change. You hold the promise of the future. You are now poised to join the vanguard of public health workers that will lead the way ahead. You will help develop new ideas and interventions to adapt and overcome the challenges ahead. We share your commitment and applaud your accomplishments, and we look forward to a brighter future working together. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sarah Cave, and I am an Associate Teaching Professor and Senior Director of the UW programs in Health Management and Informatics. This encompasses the Master of Health Administration, Executive Master of Health Administration, Master of Health Information Management and Health Informatics, and undergraduate health information management and health informatics degrees. I joined the health services faculty in 2015 and am a proud alumna of the Master of Health Administration program from the class of 1999. I'm sorry not to be able to welcome family and friends and congratulate our HMI graduates in person today, but felt it was important to celebrate our students through this virtual tribute. Today, we honor a diverse and talented group of 72 graduates from our 3 master's programs and 50 from our undergraduate program who have worked tirelessly over the course of the last couple of years to reach this milestone. Most of our students worked either part-time or full-time during their studies, some playing pivotal roles with their healthcare organizations in managing the COVID-19 pandemic. Many balanced these demands while caring for small children and other family members at home, and all of them navigated our transition to fully online learning with patience and grace. Thank you. As UW alumni, you have the opportunity to help define the new normal post-COVID-19 for healthcare organizations regionally, nationally, and globally. I have no doubt that you will use both the technical skills and leadership attributes you have gained throughout your 2 years in these programs to transform healthcare delivery. I hope you'll take advantage of the many opportunities to stay involved as alumni and give back to future HMI cohorts by serving as mentors, project preceptors, or members of our admissions committees. Congratulations to our HMI graduates, as well as all of the UW School of Public Health members of the class of 2021. A virtual hats off to you.
I'm excited to introduce Emma Spickard, a legislative assistant to Washington State Representative Liz Berry, whom Emma helped to elect to the State House in 2020. Emma graduated from our Public Health Global Health major in 2019. She was that year's recipient of the UW President's Medal, the highest honor awarded every year to 2 graduating seniors. And she also received a UW Bonderman Fellowship, on which she traveled solo through South America and Southeast Asia for 8 months. Emma was in the competitive Public Health Honors Program, where students take a deep dive into public health and global health topics. She completed the program in conjunction with the interdisciplinary track of the University Honors Program, which engages students in critical thinking beyond silos. Committed to changing the narrative around homelessness, Emma partnered with the nonprofit Real Changes and their advocacy team to facilitate community conversations around a proposed plan to redevelop unused Army land in Seattle into affordable housing. During her undergraduate career, she also helped to organize a panel to prepare UW students to take part in Legislative Education Day, when public health advocates convene in Olympia to educate lawmakers about the importance of funding public health initiatives. This passion for bridging public health and politics first led Emma to work as a campaign manager, before bringing that same commitment to a new adventure at the Washington House of Representatives.
Hello, my name is Emma Spickard, and I'm a 2019 alumni of the Public Health Global Health major. Thank you to the School of Public Health for the invitation to speak. A warm welcome and applause to the family and friends of graduates, and above all, congratulations to the class of 2021. I'm here today as a peer to those graduating from an undergraduate degree program. I too have recently started my career in the middle of a global pandemic. To finish your degree during this time is unique to your personal story, but I believe it is also unique to the way you and I and all in our generation will move through our entire lives and careers. You are entering your career in this discipline at the same time that public health is being invited to assume a seat at the table in a new way. Throughout the past year, public health has been looked to for guidance, innovation, and expertise. As graduates, these seats are also available for you to assume. Each of these tables will look different. Each path and discipline within public health is unique, and the tables we will each be called to join distinct. but the wisdom each of you has to contribute is invaluable. To quote author Barbara Kingsolver, "The wisdom of each generation is necessarily new." What is this necessarily new wisdom we possess? I believe it has been informed by the past year we've all experienced. We've witnessed a global pandemic that has left no one's life untouched and many forever changed. A pandemic that has revealed the blatant inequities of our country, and a year which has highlighted the role of racism and white supremacy embedded across all systems: policing, education, healthcare, government. At the same time, our country has reckoned with these truths. Science and public health have had their legitimacy consistently questioned. Masks have been transformed into a political statement and vaccines termed a conspiracy. While this moment feels unprecedented, I'm confident that given your training in the School of Public Health, the connections and timing of 2020's crises are clear, that the roots and outcomes are the direct result of how our society is structured, how decisions are made. As a public health alumni working in politics, a space where many decisions are made, I've seen firsthand that what we call social determinants of health are fundamentally policy choices. Too often these choices have been made without that link between policy and health in mind. Too often, historically, public health has not been a part of every policy decision. I would venture to say that this is our necessarily new wisdom, recognizing that while this moment is unprecedented, it is not surprising. Our field is uniquely positioned to address the roots and outcomes of this moment, and that going forward, public health being at the table ensures we respond to this moment and see beyond it. This charge is daunting, but you are prepared. Your graduation today from the School of Public Health represents so much more than your ability to respond to problems and crises. It represents an optimism and vision that human health, human life matters. You've chosen a values-based degree and career, and it means that no matter where you go, you have a training and expertise grounded in science and driven by empathy. The marriage of science and empathy, I believe, should lie at the core of all decision-making, all choices. And your new wisdom has only emphasized how important this is. So know that as you are called to assume your seat at the table, that your training has prepared you to think structurally and strategically, to marry science with empathy and rise to the magnitude of the moment and the moments yet to come. It is up to each of us to boldly step forward, ready to serve and ready to offer the newness of our wisdom and the scale of our optimism, for it is what the world needs. And know that that seat is waiting for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Emma. I'm now pleased to introduce Jakar Dela Cruz, a graduating senior from the Public Health Global Health Program, who is this year's outstanding undergraduate student.
Hello, class of 2021. I wanted to stop by and give a special shout out to this year's undergraduate class. My name is Jakar Dela Cruz. I'm a Public Health Global Health major, and I use they, them pronouns. These past years have been interesting, from wanting to do this in person to getting people fully vaccinated. In reflecting during this pandemic, we all have been doing our part as public health students, from assisting our elders in scheduling appointments to volunteering at vaccination sites. We see countless students produce thesis, research, and organizing around COVID-19 impact. We see an example of this creation through grassroots activism with UW Mutual Aid, an undergraduate collaborative supporting financial needs from underrepresented students, distributing $50,000 in our community. As a community health worker, I was the only one in my family working full-time during my junior year in the clinic. Working and going to class is an intensity that no student should have to face, but I know I was not alone. Many of us took out loans, jobs to support ourselves, reduce classes, and change our graduation timelines. We're all forced to adapt in a new world that is constantly shifting. It is why our public health knowledge becomes essential, to recognize the needs of our communities in a way that is intentional, uplifting, and affirming. It is recognizing the labor of essential workers in the Latin community. It is recognizing the medical racism inflicting Black bodies, and it is recognizing the harmful rhetoric in our Asian community. We must be intentional in the ways we practice public health. Being in this major and advocating for my communities has been a dream of mine as a first-gen, queer, non-binary Latin in all of my identities, creating tools and agency for our people needed to liberate themselves. And with that, I will say congratulations once more. Let's dream about what is ahead of us now. Thank you.
Thank you, Jakar. Now, these are our graduates from the Public Health, Global Health, Environmental Health, Food Systems, Nutrition and Health, and Health Informatics and Health Information Management majors.
Filson Abdisattar, Bachelor of Arts. Emma Abdul Baki, Bachelor of Science. Muhammad Azim bin Abdul Wahid, Bachelor of Science. Devi Achempon, Bachelor of Arts. Badria Adan, Bachelor of Science. Sumaya Aiden, Bachelor of Science. Mariam Ahmadi, Bachelor of Arts. Mahmoud Ahmed, Bachelor of Arts. Veronica Ahumada, Bachelor of Arts. Reda Ali, Bachelor of Science. Megan Allen, Bachelor of Science. Eva Anderson, Bachelor of Arts. Natalie Annixter, Bachelor of Science. Samantha Artista Chavez, Bachelor of Arts. Leilama Aslami, Bachelor of Science. Marta Asefa, Bachelor of Science. Anive Avila, Bachelor of Arts. Bekele Babu, Bachelor of Science. Shayna Bakani, Bachelor of Science. Ashley Balbuena, Bachelor of Arts.
Callie Rocky Bartlett, Bachelor of Arts.
Gianna Bartleski, Bachelor of Science. Isabel Bon, Bachelor of Arts. Ines Ben Ram Dane, Bachelor of Arts. Bryn Bench, Bachelor of Arts. Maria Benitez, Bachelor of Arts. Reza Bermudez, Bachelor of Arts. Floralee Ann Bernarte, Bachelor of Arts. Kaylin Brasic, Bachelor of Science. Andrea Bissara, Bachelor of Arts. Lydia Biene, Bachelor of Arts. City Bott, Bachelor of Science. Tyler Bird, Bachelor of Arts. Katya Bloom, Bachelor of Arts. Bianca Bansol, Bachelor of Science. Komalpreet Kaur Brar, Bachelor of Science. Sherlon Braithwaite, Bachelor of Arts. Nicole Briggs, Bachelor of Arts. Chris Bruns, Bachelor of Arts. Cameron Buckwalter, Bachelor of Science. Huang Bui, Bachelor of Science. Luke Burke, Bachelor of Arts. Juliana Bushnell, Bachelor of Science. Zayan Bustamante, Bachelor of Arts. Angela Christine Kabutahe, Bachelor of Science. Yide Kai, Bachelor of Arts. Kiana Camelon, Bachelor of Arts. Sarah Caputeo, Bachelor of Arts. Jonica Castro, Bachelor of Arts. Eugen Cha, Bachelor of Science. Hutung Chan, Bachelor of Arts.
Piwa Man Chan, Bachelor of Arts.
Min Chang, Bachelor of Arts. Nyok Che, Bachelor of Science. Ayu Chen, Bachelor of Science. Kaylee Chen, Bachelor of Arts. Angel Chung, Bachelor of Science. Jennifer Che, Bachelor of Science. Olivia Chilemi, Bachelor of Science. Sophia Cho, Bachelor of Science. Jiyun Choi, Bachelor of Arts. Casey Chong, Bachelor of Arts. Brianna Clark, Bachelor of Arts. Ari Colin Esparza, Bachelor of Arts. Joanne Campo, Bachelor of Arts. Carlos Contreras, Bachelor of Science. Jamie Gonzalez, Bachelor of Arts. Audrey Curran, Bachelor of Arts.
Randall Dadur, Bachelor of Science. Sydney Dahiyat, Bachelor of Science. Chris Dung, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Garming Dung, Bachelor of Arts. Kaylin Day, Bachelor of Arts. Jakar de la Cruz, Bachelor of Arts. Taya DeLong, Bachelor of Arts. Ariana Denise Lucatero, Bachelor of Science. Benz John Matthew, Bachelor of Arts. Pooja Devana Boyina, Bachelor of Arts. Simran Danoa, Bachelor of Science. Awa Diallo, Bachelor of Arts. Brittany Dias, Bachelor of Science. Jillian Diogardi, Bachelor of Arts. Jerlin Joshua Ram Talusan Dizan, Bachelor of Science. Joanna Dizan, Bachelor of Science. John Dawn, Bachelor of Science. Vincent Dawn, Bachelor of Science. Haiming Alex Dong, Bachelor of Science. Chelsea Driver, Bachelor of Science. Caitlin Drover, Bachelor of Science. Asma Dubad, Bachelor of Science. Carolyn Young, Bachelor of Science. Lena Young, Bachelor of Science. Lida Abadani, Bachelor of Science. Sabrina Abango, Bachelor of Arts. Madison Ellis, Bachelor of Arts. Taylor Nicole Erickson, Bachelor of Arts. Helen Espinoza, Bachelor of Science. Natalie Yusin, Bachelor of Science. Fatima Mahi, Bachelor of Arts. Amal Farah, Bachelor of Arts. Kian Feller, Bachelor of Arts. Yilin Beng, Bachelor of Arts. Luis Israel Fernandez, Bachelor of Arts. Jamie Forschmidt, Bachelor of Science. Fiona Foster, Bachelor of Science. Garrett Foster, Bachelor of Science. Diana Elvira Franco Loriano, Bachelor of Arts. Emily Lee Frink, Bachelor of Science. Mary Fudge, Bachelor of Science. Iseta Ngala Ai, Bachelor of Arts. Emily Gallagher, Bachelor of Science. Ida Gao, Bachelor of Arts. Karen Garcia Razu, Bachelor of Arts. Sela Garibe, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Garnica, Bachelor of Arts. Janet Gabre-Selassie, Bachelor of Arts. Lelo Gumtesa, Bachelor of Science. Jody Germino, Bachelor of Arts. Eba Getachew, Bachelor of Arts. Vivian Gyang, Bachelor of Arts. Hannah Gilbreth, Bachelor of Arts. Sean Gombart, Bachelor of Science. Leslie Alondra Gomez, Bachelor of Arts. Yingwei Gong, Bachelor of Arts. Brenda Gonzalez, Bachelor of Arts. Shelley Gonzalez, Bachelor of Arts. Maya Gopalan, Bachelor of Science. Celeste Granados, Bachelor of Arts. Ian Grant, Bachelor of Arts. Si Guan, Bachelor of Arts. Shuyang Melody Guo, Bachelor of Arts. Megan Guthrie, Bachelor of Arts.
Ayantu Haji Kadir, Bachelor of Science. Marlisa Hall, Bachelor of Science. Hee Jin Han, Bachelor of Science. Suri Han, Bachelor of Arts. Yi Jin Han, Bachelor of Arts. Sam Indigo Harik, Bachelor of Science. Curtis Harris, Bachelor of Arts. Emily Haslam, Bachelor of Science. Asuka Hayashi, Bachelor of Arts. Tessa Hignite Roberts, Bachelor of Arts. Nikki Hogan, Bachelor of Arts. Talia Horacek, Bachelor of Science. Venice Hotchkiss, Bachelor of Arts. Christopher Huizar, Bachelor of Arts. Emma Herring, Bachelor of Arts. Jonathan Husarik, Bachelor of Science. Maria Ibrahimi, Bachelor of Arts. Fatima Ibrahim, Bachelor of Arts. Marina Ibsen, Bachelor of Arts. Dahiana Islas, Bachelor of Science. Madi Ise, Bachelor of Science. Janae Jackson, Bachelor of Science. Anupriya Jacob, Bachelor of Arts. Ayan Mohammed Jama, Bachelor of Science. Tessa Alicia Jantz, Bachelor of Arts. Peiyu Jiang, Bachelor of Arts. Yutu Jiang, Bachelor of Science. Effie Jin, Bachelor of Science. John Shang Jin, Bachelor of Arts. Hannah Althea Jordan, Bachelor of Arts. Ashley Zhang, Bachelor of Arts. Sean Junta, Bachelor of Arts. Emmanuel Kale, Bachelor of Arts. Masange Kamara, Bachelor of Science. Jane Karumba, Bachelor of Arts. Damanjot Kaur, Bachelor of Arts. Madeline Keegan, Bachelor of Arts. Miriam Khalil, Bachelor of Arts. Jordan Kodabande, Bachelor of Science. Amy Kunami, Bachelor of Arts. Selam Kidane, Bachelor of Arts. Paul Albert Kidd, Bachelor of Arts. Haywan Kiffel, Bachelor of Arts. Sushant Kalambi, Bachelor of Science. Galam Fraser Kim, Bachelor of Arts. Ivana Kim, Bachelor of Science. Ju Young Kim, Bachelor of Science. Moon Suk Kim, Bachelor of Science. Yi Lin Kim, Bachelor of Science. Verena Knowles, Bachelor of Arts. Sarah Kravisev, Bachelor of Science. Neha Krishnam, Bachelor of Science. Joe Karamkote, Bachelor of Science. Grace Quat, Bachelor of Arts.
Danielle Lamb, Bachelor of Arts. Kelly Lamb, Bachelor of Science. Mercedes Lamb, Bachelor of Arts. Wing Yu Lam Cami, Bachelor of Arts. Brian H. Le, Bachelor of Arts. Mora Le, Bachelor of Science. Chloe Lee, Bachelor of Science. Hannah J. Lee, Bachelor of Science. Lauren Yerin Lee, Bachelor of Science. Sabin Lee, Bachelor of Science. Tiana Legit, Bachelor of Science. Bonnie Leung, Bachelor of Science. Chanel Leung, Bachelor of Science. Vivian Leung, Bachelor of Arts. Anya Lewin, Bachelor of Arts. Michaela Lewis, Bachelor of Science. Tianai Lee, Bachelor of Science. Wei Li, Bachelor of Arts. Hongju Philip Liao, Bachelor of Arts. Brandon Liebman, Bachelor of Arts. Sophia Shufei Lin, Bachelor of Arts. Elizabeth Donovan Ray Lindo, Bachelor of Arts. Sabrina Liu, Bachelor of Science. Anthony Ablazo London, Bachelor of Arts. Kellen Looney, Bachelor of Arts. Katya Lucas, Bachelor of Arts. Ari Louis, Bachelor of Arts. Wenyan Ma, Bachelor of Arts. Mary McCown, Bachelor of Arts. Maria Magbanua, Bachelor of Arts. Shraddha Mala, Bachelor of Arts. Loic Marcon, Bachelor of Arts. Diana Marquez, Bachelor of Science. Adriana Martinez, Bachelor of Arts. Gabby Mascarinas, Bachelor of Science. Elena Joy Matsuda, Bachelor of Arts. Martha Mazzola, Bachelor of Science. Cameron McElmurray, Bachelor of Science. Megan McEnery, Bachelor of Science. Wesley McLean, Bachelor of Arts. Valerie McNulty, Bachelor of Arts. Leela McKeenaway, Bachelor of Arts. Pearl Ann Melton, Bachelor of Science. Kimberly Meraz Leva, Bachelor of Arts. Julia M. Meyer, Bachelor of Arts. Hannah Mikas, Bachelor of Science. Mercy Milimo, Bachelor of Science. Adriana Mitalis, Bachelor of Arts. Julia Mitch, Bachelor of Arts. Chloe Miwa, Bachelor of Science. Ayan Hussein Mohammed, Bachelor of Arts. Najma Mohammed, Bachelor of Arts. Bruck Samson Mala, Bachelor of Science. Lucas Moody, Bachelor of Arts. Chloe Moore, Bachelor of Arts. Madison Josephine Moore, Bachelor of Arts. Shara Mora Ruiz, Bachelor of Arts. Emily Moriarty, Bachelor of Arts. Abigail Mulugeta, Bachelor of Arts. Erwin Muscat, Bachelor of Science. Chietza Fundura, Bachelor of Science.
Michaela Angemili, Bachelor of Arts. Wendy Nguyen, Bachelor of Science. Amy Nguyen, Bachelor of Arts. Dan Nguyen, Bachelor of Science. Elaine Nguyen, Bachelor of Science. Catherine Nguyen, Bachelor of Arts. Kelly Nguyen, Bachelor of Arts. Christina Nguyen, Bachelor of Arts. Mary Nguyen, Bachelor of Science. Mi Nguyen, Bachelor of Arts. Tammy Nguyen, Bachelor of Arts. Tan Nguyen, Bachelor of Arts. Tu Nguyen, Bachelor of Arts. Tommy Nguyen, Bachelor of Arts. V Nguyen, Bachelor of Science. Wesley Nguyen, Bachelor of Arts. Xian Mei Nguyen, Bachelor of Arts. Alexis Nims, Bachelor of Arts. Leah Nordberg, Bachelor of Arts. Holly Novion, Bachelor of Science. Sophie Noyers, Bachelor of Arts. Dana Nunez Fernandez, Bachelor of Arts. Macklin Naya, Bachelor of Arts. Kenneth Ocampo, Bachelor of Arts. Myra Ojeda, Bachelor of Arts. Jordan Olivares, Bachelor of Science. Jennifer Ongoko, Bachelor of Arts. Ma Victoria Andrea Cabalisa Orduño, Bachelor of Science. Iris Orinas, Bachelor of Science. Emma Oriol, Bachelor of Science. Maria Socorro Ortiz, Bachelor of Arts. Kimiko Oshima, Bachelor of Science. Sonia Osorio, Bachelor of Arts. Nora Oyama, Bachelor of Science. Angela Pack, Bachelor of Science. Abjot Kaur Pandir, Bachelor of Science. Genesia Paolo, Bachelor of Arts. Gurkaran Singh Pahar, Bachelor of Arts. Cindy Park, Bachelor of Science. Sharon Park, Bachelor of Science. Annika Parker, Bachelor of Science. Isabel Parkin, Bachelor of Science. Karina Patel, Bachelor of Arts. Vanessa Paus, Bachelor of Science. Kimberly Perry, Bachelor of Arts. Randy Perry, Bachelor of Science. Vanessa Pacasio, Bachelor of Science. Natalie Peterson, Bachelor of Science. Nicole Pham, Bachelor of Science. Owen Pham, Bachelor of Science. Vanny Pham, Bachelor of Science. Kylie Fan, Bachelor of Science. Connor Pittman, Bachelor of Arts. Mylan Prack, Bachelor of Arts. Genevieve Pritchard, Bachelor of Arts. Alina Putt, Bachelor of Science. Daiva Puvadi, Bachelor of Science. Shirley Kian, Bachelor of Science. Jennifer Chien, Bachelor of Science. Ni Kwan, Bachelor of Science.
Chase Rains, Bachelor of Arts. Linda Ramirez, Bachelor of Arts. Simran Randava, Bachelor of Arts. Stephanie Reyes, Bachelor of Arts. Tamia Rios, Bachelor of Arts. Megan Robillard, Bachelor of Arts. Adrian No Rodriguez, Bachelor of Arts. Daniela Rodriguez, Bachelor of Science. Giovanni Rodriguez, Bachelor of Science. Sandra Romero, Bachelor of Science. Annie Rudge, Bachelor of Arts. Sienna Isabella Ruelas, Bachelor of Arts. Alani Safford, Bachelor of Science. Anna Elise Salin, Bachelor of Arts. Emily Sakaida, Bachelor of Arts. Julissa Sales, Bachelor of Arts. Aline Sanchez, Bachelor of Arts. Kayla Sarver, Bachelor of Arts. Rian Saunders, Bachelor of Arts. Madison Schatz, Bachelor of Science. Rachel Schoenhard, Bachelor of Science. Katie Joy Schroeder, Bachelor of Arts. Jennifer Scroggs, Bachelor of Science. Lena Seeley, Bachelor of Arts. Saul Sapovita, Bachelor of Arts. Fred Servito, Bachelor of Science. Shreya Savugan, Bachelor of Science. Delina Siuam, Bachelor of Science. Jiang Shao, Bachelor of Science. Kashayar Shoje, Bachelor of Arts. Lynn Joseph Siebert, Bachelor of Science. Alexandria Shobon, Bachelor of Science. Malachi Skibi, Bachelor of Arts. Sophia Solomon, Bachelor of Science. Charlie Sunmore, Bachelor of Arts. Megan Sorn, Bachelor of Arts. Ronan James Spaneth, Bachelor of Arts. Janae Elizabeth Spates, Bachelor of Arts. Srinadi Srinivasan, Bachelor of Science. Vijay Srinivasan, Bachelor of Science. Kayla Stanchfield, Bachelor of Arts. Sydney Steele, Bachelor of Science. Linda Maxine Stewart, Bachelor of Arts. Amanda Stifler, Bachelor of Science. Angeliki Stogooglu, Bachelor of Science. Ella Strange, Bachelor of Arts. Lauren Nicole Strummel, Bachelor of Arts. Taylor Strozik, Bachelor of Arts. Carson Christine Suhodolnik, Bachelor of Science. Nicole Sullivan, Bachelor of Science. Kelsey Marie Summers, Bachelor of Arts. Jin Sun, Bachelor of Arts. Jada Sun-yi, Bachelor of Arts.
Sin Yim Ta, Bachelor of Science. Misa Takami, Bachelor of Science. Kyle Tang, Bachelor of Arts. Anwar Tata, Bachelor of Arts. Kevin Tatune, Bachelor of Science. Hamdi Tibad, Bachelor of Science. David Telix Silverio, Bachelor of Arts. Beitel Lehem Tesema, Bachelor of Arts. Elizabeth Tom, Bachelor of Science. Gloria Marie Thompson, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Tiamzon, Bachelor of Science. Jasmine Torres, Bachelor of Arts. Joycelyn Torres Mora, Bachelor of Arts. Evan Toy, Bachelor of Science. Jennifer Tran, Bachelor of Science. Serena Tran, Bachelor of Science. Victoria Tran, Bachelor of Arts. Ellen Tren, Bachelor of Arts. Shayla Mai Trin, Bachelor of Science. Tina Eni Trin, Bachelor of Science. Mandy Trong, Bachelor of Science. Alondra Vaca, Bachelor of Arts. Tupo Vaenuku, Bachelor of Arts. Dietrich Crisostomo Valdez, Bachelor of Arts. Zoe Valencia, Bachelor of Arts. Ashley Rose Valle, Bachelor of Arts. Laura Ruby Valle, Bachelor of Arts. Tiffany Van, Bachelor of Science. Liana Vanovang, Bachelor of Arts. Madeline Van Spabrook, Bachelor of Arts. Luce Vea, Bachelor of Arts. Michael Veliev, Bachelor of Arts. Carly Vihila, Bachelor of Arts. Selena Villa, Bachelor of Arts. Diane Bernice Vivio, Bachelor of Arts. Naomi Van Ruden, Bachelor of Arts. Kin Vong, Bachelor of Science. Adela Huang, Bachelor of Arts. Jingzhou Wang, Bachelor of Arts. Xinyu Wang, Bachelor of Arts. Wade Washington, Bachelor of Arts. Tracy Li Wei, Bachelor of Arts. Amanda Wikramanayaka, Bachelor of Science. Stephanie Wilkins, Bachelor of Arts. Mia Williams, Bachelor of Arts. Zarchi Wintet, Bachelor of Science. Sosina Weldemariam, Bachelor of Arts. Allison Elizabeth Womack, Bachelor of Arts. Sun Ying Huang, Bachelor of Arts. Rongki Wu, Bachelor of Arts. Xiaomei Wu, Bachelor of Arts. Dave Shong, Bachelor of Arts. Anna Xu, Bachelor of Arts. Qian Xu, Bachelor of Arts. Ruhan Xu, Bachelor of Arts. Rina Yan, Bachelor of Science. Angela Yang, Bachelor of Science. Claire Yang, Bachelor of Science. Sabrina Yang, Bachelor of Arts. Tingyi Yao, Bachelor of Arts. Regina Yin, Bachelor of Arts. Arthi Yojindran, Bachelor of Arts. Chloe Yaun, Bachelor of Science. Sharuk Youssef, Bachelor of Science. Guanlin Yu, Bachelor of Arts. Kevin Jimin Yu, Bachelor of Arts. Jignen Yuan, Bachelor of Arts. Connie Yuen, Bachelor of Science. Noel Katura Yumeng, Bachelor of Science. Yunfan Zhang, Bachelor of Science. Jingjin Zhao, Bachelor of Arts. Siyu Zhao, Bachelor of Arts. Ian Zhang, Bachelor of Arts. Yongkang Zhou, Bachelor of Science. Alex Zayonts, Bachelor of Arts. Catherine Zhu, Bachelor of Science.
What a joyous day. Hello, my name is Jeff Harris. I am a professor in and chair of the Department of Health Services. In health services, we focus on health systems, both healthcare systems and public health systems. Public health systems include federal, state, local, and tribal health departments. They also include community-based and voluntary organizations, large ones like the American Cancer Society and smaller ones like the Somali Health Board of Seattle. Our research, our teaching, and our community practice strive to make those systems work better and to eliminate health inequities and disparities. A great example is our current work with healthcare organizations, governmental public health agencies, and community partners to ensure equitable delivery of the COVID-19 vaccines. We have 5 groups of students graduating today from our community-oriented public health practice program, our in-person Master of Public Health program in health services, our online Master of Public Health program, our Master of Science program in health services, and our PhD program in health services. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the programs and of the department, I want to congratulate you all. We are so proud of you and wish you every success in your careers. If I have one hope and one bit of advice for you, it is that you continue to be lifelong learners. Please let us know how your careers and lives are unfolding, and remember that we are here for you. Congratulations.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lourdes Inoue, and I chair the Department of Biostatistics. Biostatistics is a discipline that enables us to answer health-related scientific questions by making sense of the available data. Biostatisticians are involved in almost all of the steps of health-related research, from designing a study to evaluating the impact of different health interventions to ensuring that health-related policies are based on rigorous analysis of the data. An important example of our current work is on the design and analysis of clinical trials for COVID-19 vaccines. Graduation is looking different from what you thought it would be when you joined our programs, but your achievement deserves full celebration. You've put in some hard work and you've learned a lot during these very challenging times. We couldn't be prouder for all of your achievements. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the Department of Biostatistics, I offer you congratulations. Congratulations, class of 2021.
I'm Adam Drunowski. I'm the director of the Nutritional Sciences program and professor in the Department of Epidemiology. What you see behind me is Wright Hall, located on a quad with the cherry trees. This has been the traditional home of home economics, and for the past several decades, the home of the Nutritional Sciences program. You may ask at this point, what is it that nutritionists do? The quick answer is that some of us go out on the front lines to serve the public, especially at these difficult times. At the graduate level, we offer Master of Public Health and Master of Science degrees that can be combined with professional training in dietetics. Our graduates work as registered dietitians and nutrition professionals in clinics and in public health settings. At the undergraduate level, we have a newly established major in food systems, nutrition, and health that we're very proud of. Nutrition science has come to recognize that we need to ask questions about all aspects of the food supply and food consumption. Where does our food come from? Who grew it? Who brought it to your table? How much did it cost you? And what was the cost to the environment? What were the consequences for personal and for population health? These answers need to come from nutrition, but also economics, and also from the environmental and social sciences. We are an interdisciplinary program. Improving access to healthy foods is at the heart of our efforts to promote health equity and food security for all. On behalf of the Nutritional Sciences faculty, I offer congratulations to the graduating class. We're so proud of you.
Next, I'm honored to welcome Dr. Helen Chu, who is a physician, immunologist, and infectious disease specialist who also received her MPH from our school's Department of Epidemiology in 2012. Dr. Chu is now an associate professor of medicine at the UW School of Medicine and an adjunct associate professor of both epidemiology and global health in our own School of Public Health. Dr. Chu co-leads the Seattle Flu Study, which had been collecting and testing samples from people in the Puget Sound region who had flu-like symptoms for months before the novel coronavirus responsible for COVID-19 was identified. As a result of this, the Seattle Flu Study identified the first known case of community transmission of COVID-19 in the United States, and the results ultimately accelerated public health efforts to track the spread of the virus in Seattle and to mitigate the emerging pandemic. Dr. Chu has also led various studies to understand how COVID-19 affects the body and how the body might overcome it, including an assessment of remdesivir as a treatment for COVID-19, and a look at ways to prevent transmission among vulnerable groups, such as those who are experiencing homelessness. In partnership with the UW, Dr. Chu and the Flu Study team are leading the Husky Coronavirus Testing Program, which has played a critical role in keeping our campus safe during the pandemic. Her lab is also working to identify strategies for pandemic preparedness and to develop scalable platforms that can be rapidly deployed in future pandemics. Dr. Chu was recently named Washingtonian of the Year in honor of all her work in response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Dean Godwin, graduates, family members, and friends. My name is Dr. Helen Chu, Associate Professor of Medicine, Global Health and Epidemiology at the University of Washington, and an infectious disease physician scientist. Your graduating is such an extraordinary time in history. For the past year and a half, we individually and collectively have lived an experience that will be taught to future generations of public health students. We've witnessed a moment in history that demonstrates, in a way that we could have never imagined, the essential role of public health. We found that well-functioning health systems were vital for early detection, monitoring, communication, and vaccine rollouts. We saw how nations that had invested in national health systems and public health infrastructure were able to handle this pandemic in ways that we have not. And we recognize that disparities within and between countries have led and continue to lead to deaths in the poor, marginalized, and the vulnerable. As the esteemed Ruth Bader Ginsburg said, fight for the things that you care about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you. I hope that you will fight the good fight, that the experience that you have lived as part of this pandemic will represent a North Star as you chart your individual and collective commitment to serve the greater good of humanity. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you, Dr. Chu. I'm now pleased to introduce Kush Doshi from our Master of Health Administration program, who's this year's master's recipient of the Gilbert S. Omen Award for Academic Excellence.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kush Doshi, and I'm a student in the Department of Health Services, graduating with my degree in Health Administration. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Your hard work, dedication, perseverance, and unwavering commitment has led you to this very day. Pursuing a degree is a significant accomplishment, so be sure to celebrate, pat yourself on the back, and take a breather. But know there's more work to be done. The last year has continued to demonstrate that the field of public health has a long way to go in addressing systemic and institutional racism. Along the way in my own journey, I've learned a few lessons in advancing anti-racism I would like to share with you today. First, I encourage as you continue your journeys in public health to challenge the systems you are part of, rather than maintaining the status quo. Silence is the enemy of change. I encourage you to think of racial equity as a primary driver rather than a secondary factor. I encourage you to think of systemic and institutional racism as deep wounds that will take a long time to unpack. Therefore, avoid band-aids and short-term solutions that serve as checklists rather than true culture shifts. I encourage you to create a culture of accountability and collaboration. Everyone at every level of an organization is responsible for owning anti-racist work. I encourage you to continue self-educating and learning. This work is a marathon, not a sprint, and our individual perspectives and experiences shape much of our view in anti-racist work. I encourage you to always ask who is not present at the table making decisions in the spaces you are in. I encourage you to take time for self-care to avoid being burnt out over time, and so that you can continue giving it your all in this work. Again, a marathon rather than a sprint. These lessons, among others, sum the culmination of our time here at UW and the work we have yet left to do. So upon graduating today, ask yourself just one question. How will you use your degree to move anti-racist work forward in public health? Congratulations again to the class of 2021, and I look forward to advancing this work together. Thank you.
Thank you, Kush. These are our master's graduates from the Department of Biostatistics, Department of Environmental and Occupational Health Sciences, Department of Epidemiology, Department of Global Health, and Department of Health Services, as well as our Master of Health Administration, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management, Maternal and Child Health, Public Health Genetics, and Nutritional Science programs.
Gifty Abo, Master of Public Health. Marwa Abdallah, Master of Public Health. Dejeen Fenta Abetu, Master of Health Informatics and Information Management. Casey Adams, Master of Public Health. Diana Aguilera, Master of Science.
Jacob Daniel Alfieri, Master of Science.
Glenn Allen, Master of Health Administration. Benj Ambrosio, Master of Health Administration. Kaki Anderson, Master of Public Health. Noah Anderson, Master of Public Health. Johnny Anderson, Master of Science. Aria Anstey, Master of Public Health. Cairo Archer, Master of Science. Matthew Arentz, Master of Public Health. John Askew, Master of Health Administration. Aspen Avery, Master of Public Health. Emmanuel Abel, Master of Public Health. Shafaq Babar, Master of Public Health. Ryan Baldwin, Master of Health Administration. Jessica Barreto Kwakanim, Master of Science. Michael Patrick Berry, Master of Public Health. Tiffany Bass, Master of Public Health. Holly Bates, Master of Health Administration. Madeline Benoit, Master of Public Health. Miranda Benson, Master of Public Health. Michaela Blaine, Master of Public Health. Evan Boog Scott, Master of Health Administration. Kyla Lee Borders, Master of Health Administration. Susan Bortorelli, Master of Public Health. Jennifer Brown, Master of Public Health. Heian Bowie, Master of Public Health. Hunter Burbidge, Master of Science. Ellie Bush, Master of Health Administration.
Casey Siegel Bush, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management.
Albert Lee Butler, Master of Public Health. Samuel Byrne, Master of Public Health. Naziat Esufo Abdul Karimo, Master of Public Health. Lizette Carrasco, Master of Science. Melissa Casey, Master of Public Health. Michael Cashman, Master of Public Health. Christina Queso, Master of Public Health. Alan Chan, Master of Science.
Benjamin Chapin, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management.
Corkin Chow, Master of Public Health. Hong Lin Chen, Master of Science. Ruth Chen, Master of Health Administration. Tiffany Chen, Master of Public Health. Sneha Priya Cherukuri, Master of Science.
Takiki Chakikiaiwa, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management.
Marina Choi, Master of Public Health. Aiden Klein, Master of Health Administration. Molly Cotting, Master of Public Health. Renee Codsey, Master of Public Health. Caitlin Crum, Master of Science. Crystal Rose Cuellar, Master of Public Health.
Jacqueline Dahlquist, Master of Public Health. Shin Dai, Master of Science. Ali Darvishazad, Master of Health Administration. Dennis Alvin David, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Matthew Decker, Master of Public Health. Zachary Dengler, Master of Health Administration. Dhanashri Deshmukh, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Teresa Diaz, Master of Health Administration. Lyric Dixon, Master of Health Administration. Amanda Dodd, Master of Public Health. Kush Doshi, Master of Health Administration. James Drexler, Master of Health Administration. David Drouillard, Master of Science. Denise Drury, Master of Public Health. Kevin Dwan, Master of Science. Jaden Duffy, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management. E.J. Dusick, Master of Public Health. Aaron Dwyer, Master of Science. Jared Egbert, Master of Public Health. Anna Dwyer Elbreer, Master of Public Health. Iris Emmerman, Master of Science. Jennifer Emmett, Master of Public Health. Sophia Emmons Bell, Master of Public Health. Jessa Engelken, Master of Public Health. Marian Urzwa, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Lulit Esias, Master of Public Health. Isabella Fabens, Master of Public Health. Cassidy Farrow, Master of Public Health. Joshua Floberg, Master of Science. Stephanie Flores Acevedo, Master of Public Health. Kate Flynn, Master of Public Health. Jacob Fong-Grzinski, Master of Science. Fiona Fox, Master of Public Health. Lance Frankel, Master of Public Health. Sophie Frege, Master of Public Health. Amy Gallagher, Master of Public Health. Natalie Galles, Master of Public Health. Sarah Garlejo, Master of Public Health. Alessandra Garrity, Master of Public Health. Tyler Gherkin, Master of Science. Emily Gibson, Master of Public Health. Matthew Goldberg, Master of Public Health. Timothy Gormley, Master of Public Health. Kate Greenewalt, Master of Public Health. Nancy Green, Master of Public Health. Deborah Grenard, Master of Public Health. Emily Hannah Grimm, Master of Health Administration. Linda Guiosa, Master of Public Health. Daisha Gunther, Master of Public Health. Sistine Gouret, Master of Public Health. Mikaela Hagland, Master of Public Health. Anureka Golapudi Hall, Master of Science. Anita Hanifa, Master of Public Health. Kellyanne Hara Hubbard, Master of Public Health. Matt Harn Padung Sataya, Master of Public Health. Hannah Harrington, Master of Public Health. Hannah Hartman, Master of Public Health. Kuntieng Som Haskins, Master of Public Health. Shadi Henchiri, Master of Public Health. Carolos Henan, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Diana Hernandez, Master of Health Administration. Kelsey Hewson, Master of Public Health. John Hochter, Master of Science. Emily Devora Hops, Master of Public Health. George Howard, Master of Public Health. Melody Huang, Master of Health Administration. Jenny Huang, Master of Health Administration. Alyssa Hummel, Master of Public Health. Abir Abi Hussein, Master of Public Health. Alec Hyde, Master of Health Administration.
Tikarla Itayi, Master of Public Health. Emily Jackson, Master of Public Health. Kate Jacobson, Master of Public Health. Amy Jan, Master of Science. Carol Jennings, Master of Health Administration. Esther Jing Gun, Master of Public Health. Jessica Johnson, Master of Health Administration. Taylor Johnson, Master of Science. Smithri Jonja, Master of Public Health. Kimberly Judd, Master of Health Administration. Kendra Joy Camp, Master of Science. April Karam, Master of Health Administration. Michael Katsuyama, Master of Public Health. Karanpreet Kaur, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Eileen Kazura, Master of Public Health. Ali Raza Kaki, Master of Science. Farah Khan, Master of Public Health. Woon Kim, Master of Public Health. Molly Knowling, Master of Science. Chuck Kopp, Master of Public Health. Shakti Christian, Master of Health Administration. John Kudzins, Master of Public Health. Gabriela Labazo, Master of Public Health. Danielle Ladika, Master of Science. Christopher Michael Lanfear, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Evelyn Lee, Master of Public Health. Samantha Laduc, Master of Public Health. June Shin Lee, Master of Health Administration. James Lenert, Master of Health Administration. Haley Lasinksi, Master of Public Health. Sarah Lewandowski, Master of Public Health. Paige Liscombe, Master of Public Health.
Pinyan Liu, Master of Science.
Alex W. Lois, Master of Science. Kristen Lovio, Master of Public Health.
Yichen Liu, Master of Science.
Julia Joan Lund, Master of Public Health. Ningshin Ma, Master of Science. Yu Yang Ma, Master of Science. Saida Mahamood Tukri, Master of Public Health. Eve Mai, Master of Health Administration.
Wanjiku Mambo, Master of Public Health.
Elizabeth Mancy, DVM, Master of Public Health. Marina E. Martin, Master of Health Administration. Tammy Faith Martin, Master of Health Administration. Christy Marks, Master of Public Health. Colleen McCarthy, Master of Public Health. Bryce McGowan, Master of Public Health. Molly McHugh, Master of Health Administration. Eileen Mickey, Master of Health Administration. Sumaya Muhammad, Master of Public Health. Margaret Claire Montgomery, Master of Health Administration.
Talitha Moon, Master of Public Health.
Olivia Mora, Master of Health Administration. Amy Marie Murphy, Master of Health Administration.
James Nahara, Master of Science.
Yanmi Nam, Master of Science.
Assad Naveed, Master of Public Health. Madeline No, Master of Health Administration. Nancy Ngumbao, Master of Public Health. Christina Nguyen, Master of Health Administration. Claudia Nguyen, Master of Science. Dorothy Nguyen, Master of Public Health. Nancy Nguyen, Master of Public Health. Tao Nguyen, Master of Public Health. Anthony Norman, Master of Public Health. Gift Wanye, Master of Public Health. Linda Zambawita, Master of Public Health. Tara Lahela Kahikina Alianak Ogilvy, Master of Public Health. Jamie O, Master of Science. Moses Okelo, Master in Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Ishat Alatunde, Master of Science.
Linda Myra Oluwak, Master of Public Health.
Michael O'Reilly, Master of Public Health. Aislinn Uzochukwuamaka Orji, Master of Public Health. Juan Sebastian Osorio Valencia, Master of Public Health. Daisy Parapadilla, Master of Public Health. Sarah Perlin, Master of Public Health. Andrea Petzel, Master of Public Health. Vanessa Fong, Master of Science. Venus Ravani Pilalamari, Master of Health Administration. Derek Polmayer, Master of Health Administration. J.W. Potvin, Master of Health Administration. Jocelyn Paulson, Master of Public Health. Akila Ramaraj, Master of Public Health. Taylor Revis, Master in Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Or Dedrick Revish, Master of Public Health. Heather Richards, Master of Public Health. Zoe Richardson, Master of Public Health. Siri Rigsby, Master of Public Health. Ashlesha Sarav Rijal, Master in Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Allison Ann Ritzy, Master of Health Administration. Julia Rogers, Master of Public Health.
Evelyn Faye Tagano Romano, Master of Public Health.
Caitlin Olivia Roysden, Master of Health Administration. Marianne Ruiz, Master of Science. Colin Saley, Master of Science. Zaina Salvatore, Master of Health Administration. Shweta Sanapuri, Master of Public Health. Shelby Sanders, Master in Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Madeline Sather, Master of Public Health. Lauren Sawyer, Master of Public Health. Caitlin Shoei, Master of Health Administration. John Schoof, Master of Public Health. Martha Indunya Schrader, Master of Public Health. James Skukas, Master of Science. Camilla Center, Master of Public Health. Ali Sorusi, Master of Public Health. Mariam Sheikh, Master of Public Health. William Sheehan, Master of Public Health. Brittany Sheena, Master of Public Health. Yulia Shirokova, Master of Health Administration. Molly Lynn Simonson, Master of Public Health. Mandeep Singh, Master of Health Administration. Julie Skeen, Master of Public Health. Francis Slaughter, Master of Public Health. Frank L. Smith, Master of Health Administration. Mallory B. Smith, Master of Science. Sarah Smith, Master of Public Health. Sarah Solberg, Master of Public Health. Apurva Somaya Zulu, Master of Health Administration. Katie Spears, Master of Public Health. Pooja Srinivasan, Master of Public Health.
Daniel Stye, Master of Public Health.
Ingrid Subcook, Master of Public Health. Stephen Joseph Sullivan, Master of Health Administration. Anna L. Sutton, Master of Public Health.
Zoe Tapp, Master of Public Health. Ashley Ciara Taylor, Master of Health Administration. G. Gray Taylor, Master of Public Health. Stelio Tembe, Master of Public Health. Natalie Teal, Master of Public Health. Ashley Dawn Thomas, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management. David Thomas, Master of Public Health. Nicholas Boro Tuo, Master of Public Health. Akira Towns, Master of Public Health. Jewel Towns, Master of Public Health. Jennifer Tran, Master of Health Administration. V. Tran, Master of Public Health. Jordan Tremper, Master of Health Administration. William Sang, Master of Public Health. Lauren Tullis, Master of Public Health. Esteban Jesus Valencia, Master of Public Health. Ethan Valenetz, Master of Public Health. Marissa G. Van Rye, Master of Public Health. Harsha Velpula, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Veronica Lucia Vidauri, Master of Health Administration. Alexandria Rose Vingino, Master of Public Health. Milan Vu, Master of Public Health. Jason Walsh, Master of Public Health. Rory Walton, Master of Public Health. Yan Wang, Master of Science.
Yuhan Wang, Master of Science. Siwen Wang, Master of Science.
Dana Weatherby, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Katie Welgan, Master of Public Health. Grant Russell Whitman, Master of Public Health. Heather Wilcox, Master of Public Health. Stephanie Winterbauer, Master of Public Health. Blake Wolf, Master of Public Health. Kathleen Wright, Master of Public Health.
Yitao Wu, Master of Science. Siwen Wang, Master of Science.
Ziyan Yang, Master of Science. Sarah Yarborough, Master of Public Health. Katie Ye, Master of Health Informatics and Health Information Management. Kazue Yoshida, Master of Science. George Yu, Master of Science. Mei Sin Zhang, Master of Science.
Wenbo Sang, Master of Science.
My name is Stephen Hawes, and as Professor and Chair in the Department of Epidemiology, I am so impressed by the University of Washington School of Public Health class of 2021 graduates. Epidemiology as a discipline aims to evaluate the incidence, distribution, and causes of human disease with the goal of positively impacting population health. You are emerging as public health leaders during a time of unprecedented epidemiologic events and urgent opportunities to address health disparities. As the past year and a half have exemplified, the rigorous approaches to data science and analysis, epi-methods, and research and practice that you've learned at the University of Washington are critical cornerstones of public health. The tools and talents you have developed during this time will shape policy decisions and inform evidence-based interventions to identify risk factors and inspire impactful healthcare solutions. As we have collectively navigated this historic COVID-19 global pandemic, you have risen to the supreme challenges of the moment with tremendous grace. Thank you for adapting the last leg of this phase of your academic journey, to learn with us how to practice what we know works in public health, to share your experience and expertise with your networks and volunteer to get involved in your community, to push the necessary changes to advance anti-racism and address inequities in our field and institutions, and to practice compassion and empathy as you found new ways to nurture connections with your classmates and instructors. I am profoundly grateful to have had the opportunity to be in community with you during your journey here at the UW. Based upon what I've seen from the students in our undergraduate epidemiology courses and the research and practice contributions of our graduating master's and PhD students, I can't wait to see the way you'll take what you've learned and make an impact in the world. On behalf of everyone in the Department of Epidemiology, we are so proud of you. Congratulations. As you embark on the next phase of your public health journey, and we reemerge into a new normal, I invite you to continue to leverage this time to build and maintain the relationships you forged through this period. Take some time to connect with your cohort on LinkedIn. Send emails to keep in touch with your instructors and mentors, and let us know the next step in your path. Pay it forward and schedule a virtual coffee with others who are curious about public health for your research. You'd be surprised how often these small investments tend to pay off in unexpected and exciting collaborations and opportunities over time.
Hello, I'm Judy Wassright, Chair of the Department of Global Health. With COVID-19, global health has taken on new meaning. It's a field that's touched all of us during the last 18 months. Global health prioritizes improving health and achieving health equity for all people worldwide. It emphasizes transnational health issues, determinants, and solutions. It involves multiple disciplines within and beyond the health sector, and it combines population-based prevention with individual-level clinical care across health challenges, from pandemics to non-communicable diseases and the health impacts of climate change. You're taking your places as global health or public health professionals at a truly remarkable time in history. Your skills, commitment, and energy have never been needed more. And there's never been a greater opportunity to drive for sustainable improvements in health, especially for those who are most marginalized or vulnerable, both here and around the globe. So, both personally and on behalf of our Department of Global Health faculty and staff, I congratulate each of you and your families and partners on your graduation. This is a wonderful landmark event. We celebrate you and your accomplishments, and we are definitely counting on you.
Hello, I'm Bruce Weir. I'm Professor of Biostatistics in the School of Public Health, and I'm the Director of the Institute for Public Health Genetics. Public health genetics is concerned with the science of genetics, of course, but also the societal implications of the many recent and ongoing developments in genetics. These range from understanding the genetic basis for human disease to using saliva samples to discover our distant relatives. There's a strong genetic component to public health, and our graduates learn about the science, the genetics, but also how to navigate the social, legal, and ethical implications of discovering that component. I now join my faculty colleagues in the School of Public Health and in 6 other schools and colleges in congratulating our 2021 graduates. You've done very well on our program, and we look forward to following your continuing successes. Thank you.
It's my privilege to welcome Jeffrey Leek, an innovative data scientist and educator who received his MS and PhD from our school's Department of Biostatistics in 2005 and 2007, respectively. He's a professor of biostatistics and oncology at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health and co-director of the Johns Hopkins Data Science Lab. Dr. Leek's work has had far-reaching impacts on molecular biology, cancer research, and neuroscience. His lab seeks to understand variation in human gene expression and how it relates to normal development and disease. He's also helping to create a new field that studies the ways that people use and understand data, which has important implications for the spread of false information on social media and the reliability of published data. Dr. Leek is committed to making data science accessible to students and people in a variety of professions around the world. He's developed and taught several massive online open courses that have provided affordable statistics instruction to more than 8 million students globally. Most recently, Dr. Leek has been partnering with community-based organizations to teach data science in underserved communities as a path to economic and public health development.
Hello, and congratulations to the graduates of the University of Washington School of Public Health 2021,
And congratulations to your family and friends for supporting you in achieving this amazing accomplishment. I really wish I could be there with you. I love Seattle, but the fact that I can't highlights the incredible impact that you can have as a graduate of a School of Public Health. Your training has prepared you to tackle the most important challenges facing our society today, whether that's climate change, global inequality, generating the new genomic technologies that will produce the next generation of vaccines, dealing with the niceties of artificial intelligence and how the data that collected about us impacts our lives. I encourage you to use that training, but to think broadly about what you can do and what you care about, and not be confined by your label. Since leaving the University of Washington Biostatistics Department, I've been a biostatistician, sure, but I've also been a stem cell biologist, a computational oncologist, a Coursera professor, a startup founder, and most recently, the director of a community-based organization that does data science training for economic empowerment in Baltimore. The unifying principle is that I use the training that I developed at the University of Washington and then built on that to tackle the problems that meant the most to me, whether that fell within biostatistics or not. I encourage you to do the same thing, and I hope that you will take advantage of this incredible training that you've developed over the last few years and use it to do the things that matter the most to you. And I know that we'll benefit as you improve the public's health. I want to congratulate you again for this wonderful accomplishment, and I wish you and your families a joyous and fun-filled day and celebration. You really earned it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Leek. I'm now pleased to introduce Elizabeth Irungu from our Health Metrics and Evaluation Program, this year's PhD recipient of the Gilbert S. Omenn Award for Academic Excellence.
Hello, graduating class of 2021. My name is Elizabeth Irungu, and I'm graduating from the Department of Global Health in the PhD in Implementation Science program. And I am truly honored to be a recipient of the Omenn Award for Academic Excellence. On behalf of this graduating class, I want to sincerely thank faculty and staff at the School of Public Health for their dedication to getting us to this day. We also thank our families and friends for the support that they have offered us over the years. I'd like to make reference to the Ubuntu philosophy. Many of us may be aware of this philosophy, which has its roots in South Africa. Ubuntu loosely translates to I am because you are, and expresses the interconnectedness that we have and embrace as humanity. We have spent time at the university acquiring new skills and gaining knowledge that makes us better equipped to serve our families, communities, and countries. Today we graduate and move on to different paths at a time when public health is most essential. So wherever our paths lead, I encourage us to go make a difference. Go do great exploits. Go overcome difficulties and obstacles, and go make a change, even if it is a small change. That change you think is small will affect your neighbor, your community, and eventually cause a change in the world, because we are all interconnected. And that is Ubuntu. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2021. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elizabeth. These are our PhD graduates from the Department of Biostatistics, Department of Environmental and Occupational Health Sciences, Department of Epidemiology, Department of Global Health, Department of Health Services, and Maternal and Child Health, Public Health Genetics, and Nutritional Sciences programs.
Frank Angelo, Doctor of Philosophy. Carrie Beckman, Doctor of Philosophy. Magali Blanco, Doctor of Philosophy. Andrew Bosick, Doctor of Philosophy. Hanji Chen, Doctor of Philosophy. Brian Chin, Doctor of Philosophy. Maximilian Chmielinski, Doctor of Philosophy. Veronica Anjali Dave, Doctor of Philosophy. Samantha Dolan, Doctor of Philosophy. Xinyuan Deng, Doctor of Philosophy. Natalie C. Gaska, Doctor of Philosophy. Cameron B. Haas, Doctor of Philosophy. Marnie Hazelhurst, Doctor of Philosophy. Travis Y. Haywire, Doctor of Philosophy. Philip H. Wang, Doctor of Philosophy. Elizabeth Irungu, Doctor of Philosophy. Erica Keim, Doctor of Philosophy. Sarah Kinter, Doctor of Philosophy. Chloe A. Krakauer, Doctor of Philosophy. Rachel W. Kubiak, Doctor of Philosophy. Kendrick Hedron Lee, Doctor of Philosophy. Hui Liu, Doctor of Philosophy. Yixi Liu, Doctor of Philosophy. Natasha T. Ludwig Baron, Doctor of Philosophy. Julianne Meisner, Doctor of Philosophy. Anya Mikhailova, Doctor of Philosophy. Diana Elizabeth Naranjo, Doctor of Philosophy. Flavia Capos, Doctor of Philosophy. Hong Shang Chu, Doctor of Philosophy. Stephanie Roach, Doctor of Philosophy. Claire Watt Rothschild, Doctor of Philosophy. Tracy Sandifer, Doctor of Philosophy. Arthur Sela, Doctor of Philosophy. Randy Stalter, Doctor of Philosophy. Megan Sutter, Doctor of Philosophy. Kirkby Tickle, Doctor of Philosophy. Beatrice Muthoni Wamuti, Doctor of Philosophy. Shu Wang, Doctor of Philosophy. Jia Cheng Wu, Doctor of Philosophy. Yun Ah Shang, Doctor of Philosophy. Xian Sophia Zhang, Doctor of Philosophy.
Graduating students, let us take a minute to whoop it up with and for you. The graduating students we celebrate today are all completing a chapter in their education. Some are earning their first degree in higher education. Others are completing a degree that prepares them for practice or research careers, while still others are completing doctoral degrees that have required many, many years of work and dedication. To these students, each of you has faced challenges along the way, and these challenges have made you grow stronger and more dedicated. We are incredibly proud of you. Today, you should celebrate your amazing achievements with your family, friends, and supporters. With more people getting vaccinated, my hope is that you can celebrate in person with your loved ones, and that you're even able to hug one another, if you're fully vaccinated, of course. I'm hopeful for our profession and its future, as the pandemic has brought renewed support for and interest in public health and its various disciplines. We're already seeing more investment in the public health workforce and infrastructure that's needed for you to create positive change. Thank you for choosing a career path in one of the many fields of public health that have been represented here today. While your path may lead you in a myriad of directions, next steps, and careers, a degree in public health represents a tremendous opportunity to have a positive impact on the world. Public health is more relevant than ever, and your skills and knowledge will help us to be better prepared for future pandemics and create the changes needed to dismantle racism and other drivers of inequity. It's an exciting time to go out into the world and make an impact. Each of you has made a commitment to improving the health of populations. You have acquired skills and knowledge that will allow you to work on a much larger scale than caring for the individual. You have chosen the noble path of working with communities to improve the health of entire populations. I know that you will not only build upon, but also improve upon the traditions of those who came before you in public health. As you celebrate your graduation today, remember that you're poised to be a change maker and you're joining a community of amazing individuals who are committed to using their skills and expertise to make the world a better place. We cannot wait to see what you will do. Class of 2021, new members of the public health community, congratulations. Those who have gone before you, your teachers, mentors, parents, and colleagues, welcome you to our community. I wish you amazing, transformative lives and adventures filled with inspiration, hard work, equanimity, and joy.